Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Okay, I just wanted to introduce you to. I've known about this, but I'm kind of playing around with this thing called Visual JForex. It's quite interesting, to be honest. Uh, what you can do is you can design your strategies visually in this tool online with the VJ4X Visual JForex. So it's more designed for non-programmers and maybe lazy people like me who don't want to go too crazy with uh, coding because it can be kind of daunting. Uh, Whereas if you uses Visual JForex, this could get kind of interesting. You have various variables here. You have account variables that are with every single session on your JForex. You have all positions, so and so forth. You also start with 3 events on candle, which is the same as on bar, on tick, and track event. And you can go in and create different, like a little kind of editor. So we have here where you can save, export. VFS is the virtual format. Excuse me, the visual format for a Visual JForex as well as the Java. You can also run, build. There's contests. I think you can enter your working strategy into the contests, and then also you can view the source code as well, which we'll take a look at in the JForex as well. Also, which is the more important one, obviously, is the different blocks that are available. You have all your indicators. You have a lot of pretty well all the ones that are available in the API that I've talked about in past videos. You also have access to a variety of like contest strategies. So when people enter into contests with Dukascopy, you can apparently get access to all of these strategies. So there's something like 4,000 up, but I'll show you that in the in the uh, in the JForex itself. Okay, this is a Flash application, just so you know. Obviously, they're not smartest way to build, but whatever. Okay, so we have different components. I think that's all we have, and then we have all your blocks. So you could have your trading components. So here we have all the positions on close and opens, set take profit, stop loss, so and so forth. um, you also have a variety of other miscellaneous, mathematical, logical, like if, loop, multiple, um, and some other informational views. So that's pretty well a lot of the blocks, but there's quite a few still out there that I have not shown. So if I was to save this, I'm going to call it test simple, but I'll just cancel it. And then what you can do is you can attempt to run it, which it will fail. And then what it will do is it will tell you it fails, and it will give you a download option. Once you click on that download option, it will download the file. So what happens is when you go under strategies in your JForex, a few things. You will see messages come up where you have to link your demo account to the community account of Dukascopy. It's kind of weird. So here's that download message. So you can download, and then that enables you to see the strategy in your Visual JForex within JForex itself. But as I was saying, you will get messages or pop-ups within JForex that state that you in order to use it with JStore or GCloud, you need to get your account linked. So if I was to log into my account, which is here, I'm not going to load up my profile, but you just come under here, and then you can go under your profile. But if you go under your JStore, you will get access to a variety of strategies. So let's say you go into the JStore here. So all of a sudden you get access to all these available samples. Let me just see if, okay. So we have strategies, indicators, templates, and workspaces. So in my case, I have 3 sample dinky strategies that I've downloaded. You can also try out these various indicators, so on and so forth. Now, trying to find these sample indicators is kind of challenging. I think it's under JStore examples. So if you do that search, you may be able to find it, because the Dukascopy website is just a real mess, to be honest, to find examples. Maybe I could find it here. The job that they've done to, oh, here we go. So I think we can go all free. I don't know. So if I'm under strategies, okay, here we go. So yeah, you get all these different strategies and examples that are available. There's some ratings here, as you can see. I don't think some of them are well written. So people have done some reviews, indicators. So let's see if we got strategies. Let's try some trial ones. You can see here the number of downloads hasn't been a lot. So a lot of people, I don't think, are taking advantage of the automation that you're seeing here. So you can just add to your GCloud, and then that will enable you to see within your those strategies and indicators that are available to you. So all of these have been added by just adding to my GCloud, as I've hinted. Okay, so there's that. So if you go into strategies here, click on this guy. Once you link in your community account, you have the usual list that I have highlighted here. We have the GCloud, which I've shown you earlier. And here you go, those 3 that are available. We have the JForex, the Visual JForex, which I showed you. that one called TST Simple, which was this one here. So this is visual. Oh, yeah, TST Simple. So that is that one. So basically, I can just open it, as you can see here, and here's the strategy right here. So if I wanted to run it, I could, and voila. I think that might be an exception that might get thrown or something or other. So here's the usual messages that we've gone through, starting, and there should be a tab that will come up for the TST. It is running, but it's remotely running. This gets kind of crazy because I don't know how to stop these strategies. See here, you have a stop, but it's been disabled. Okay, what do we do here? It's very inconsistent. So we have a strategy log, it looks like. So, okay, let me just go back to the JForex here. Okay, so somehow it's been enabled, released. We can see here it's remote running. So if I remove, let me just remove this one as well. Now, as I said, I'm fairly new to this, so I want to run this one, sorry, open. Now, see here, it's a different icon than these ones, which are local. So let me try running it again. So your usual panel of your parameters. So if we go run, so now it's given us the tab, but yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to set off an alarm, so it does somewhat. Oh boy, that's really annoying. Okay. How do I know that's the case? Because if I go to my Visual JForex, right here, if I blow up this thing, you'll see that it did sound the alert. Just a simple strategy, just to show you the capabilities of this. The other thing is you can look at the source code. So you can view the source code, right? This is a nice thing about this Visual JForex. It is, because we only have one method in here that we've built. It looks like it's adding a lot of getters and setters and unneeded variables. This is why this strategy is quite bloated. So let me just see what the name of this guy is. This so sound alert. Let me just see if I can find that in the source code. I don't think you can edit it, so we can copy it to an editor. There you go. So let's see if we can find anything. So like the code itself, all Java, but it is fairly bloated. But there's nothing you can really do about it. So I'm just looking for our notification here. Here you go. So this is what gets executed. An alert. Okay, so everything else is just default code for all those settings. From what I'm seeing, it's for these various variables that you need that are part of this process when you generate the code. So when you build it, obviously it compiles it, and you can view the code. So when you download it, you this would be the exact same code. So the visual code generation to Java seems to work. It would make sense because, you know, obviously the whole process is owned by Google Dukascopy. So that would make total sense. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that, and how it looks like for me is when you go into the support forum. I just want to show you that many more people are using. Actually, if you want, you can do it the lazy way. Think help. So we have here a user guide, which is this guy right here. I've not yet read. I'll probably have a better understanding if I did that. But you have this get support as well. So this will take you to the chat. They're not very useful, I find, but maybe they can point you in the right direction. So we have here the further documentation. If you want to get an overview of the tutorials, the best thing to do is just do a search for Visual JForex tutorials. There are some YouTube videos, but right here you got some very simple videos that will walk you through the process. You know, if you're like me that doesn't want to read manuals, but I think it's something you need to do. And that's pretty well it. Considering how this is done, it is a little kludgy, I guess is the right word. But once you understand it, and especially if you get this Visual JForex, I do think you know how to optimize it. It will help speed up the coding, and you understand what is generated on the Java side. Because here's the thing. If you've watched my previous video, I've talked about the Python, which I just put up a video earlier today, which wasn't really a video, but this one right here I just put up, and that one will walk you through what I'm trying to do with Python. What I'm finding is bridging Python with the JForex, e.g. Java, it's a lot more work than it's worth. And obviously you're not going to use best practices of the Dukascopy way. So this is why I'm thinking, is it make more sense to generate your code through this Visual JForex and then tweak the code you know, within your JForex or a separate class or whatever. So and not only that, but when you're starting out, you'll have a much better understanding of how you're supposed to do it from the Dukascopy point of view. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to accomplish here. Now, the other thing is, if you load in your is it GCloud? Go under strategies, and you choose, I believe it's GCloud, you will get access to all of the strategies that you've downloaded from the JStore. It looks like you got to go under Visual JForex. So here, oh no, maybe under other strategies. Yeah. So I mentioned earlier how there's these blocks that give you access to all the competitive or contest strategies. If you go under strategy here, this is what I'm referring to. So essentially, there are over 4,000 of these things that you have access to. Okay, that's pretty good if you want to see some sample strategies. So I'm not, you just load in the strategy, no different than what I've been showing. And, there's some other ones in there as well. An intraday one, a trend one. I didn't create these, okay? And then obviously my own strategies as well I'm kind of dicking around with. So essentially that's the introduction of Visual JForex with the JStore and the GCloud. It seems to work okay once you understand it. There is some decent manuals available here. And again, you can get that in your Visual JForex and just come under help and go documentation, or I'm sorry, user guide. I haven't gone through this yet. So there is quite a bit of documentation, unlike Oanda and their dog breakfast way. The Dukascopy way seems to be a lot better, a lot more available, and I'm moving ahead with it, progressing with it a lot faster than I could imagine with Oanda. And obviously, there's been a lot more effort put into this from the Dukascopy side as well. So that's another nice advantage. What was I going to try to show you? I think we pretty well, I've got everything made available. So yeah, that's pretty well it. Lots to learn here. Again, I've not formally signed up. You're getting a lot here with Dukascopy for. You could start with $100. I believe it's $100 US. Actually, I noticed in one of the contests, if you submit a strategy in demo mode and get it working and you actually win, you could win as little as $50 and be able to start your account with that if you really wanted to. But I mean, like $100 is still quite minimal. So it's different, and I gotta say I'm somewhat overwhelmed by it because I've never seen anything like this. The amount of effort put into this, the community I've talked about before. Let me just see. Let's see here. So I think I've the problem is just the website's just a complete mess. I mean, it's more effective for me to use Google searching than to fool around with what's available on the website. The navigation is really not good. But overall, once you get used to it, you know what to look for, know how to link your community account from Dukascopy with the JForex. There's quite a bit of stuff going on here. It's pretty impressive, I think, considering what's there. And then there's obviously the community with the contests and a lot of the messaging that you can pass from. I'm up to like 50 so-called friends, but a lot of them are Eastern European youngsters, little girls. But I think there's a lot of potential here in a lot of ways once you get running with Dukascopy. And unfortunately, again, Dukascopy, for whatever reason, does not support or allow U.S. Americans. So I'm sorry about that, but considering if you are non-American, this is good stuff. Really good. All right, there you go. Oh, here we go. Profile. So let's see. Fun contests, analytic contests, trading contests, community. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And we have, there's a TV. There's this monthly event that they have. I could be a model if I choose to be in a skirt. Ha ha ha. And then there's the different members that are available. So I'm sure there's some serious traders on here. Yeah, and then videos and I don't know. They got some music stuff and webinars. And it's pretty crazy. All right, so there you go. Playing around with this Visual JForex thing, but I'm still trying to sink my teeth into it. All right, hopefully I'll help you out. Talk to you later.